You're standing at the edge of the dock, toes about 3 fingers from the edge. Not on purpose. You always leave space. The water's this weird copper color. Too calm. Like hot metal, cooling down, getting thick. Sun's already too low to look at, but in the corner of your eye, you can see it, turning the whole lake this fake-looking orange. You know it won't last. You know most things don't. That's why you plan ahead. Like right now. Math in your head. Here to the other side. Normal weather. 3 hours. Wind picks up. 4.5. If. You coming up? Not loud. You're not even sure he's talking to you. Other people around, fishermen with nets, vendors closing up, some kid chasing a dog, but you turn anyway. Something about the voice, not bossy, not really asking either, more like he's already noticed. You've been standing here a while. He's on a boat, small, wood, edges all worn down. You can see where they painted tar on the hull, but it's peeling now. Working boat, not trying to look pretty. The sail's not up yet. Just this rough cloth, flapping in the breeze. Sounds like breathing, slow. He's leaning on the side. One hand on the rail. You notice the hand. Didn't mean to. It's just catching the light. Sun hits it just right. You can see everything. Knuckles, calluses on the palm. Old calluses though. Years of them, not doing anything fancy with it. Just resting there, fingers curved a little, like that one hand could hold up the whole boat. If it had to. You coming up? Again. Now you know he means you. His eyes. He's looking at you, not checking you out, not waiting impatiently, just looking. Makes you uncomfortable. Not the creepy kind, the scene kind. When's the last time someone looked at you like this? No judgment, no expectations, nothing you have to respond to. You open your mouth, almost say no thanks. Got a million reasons. It's getting dark. Don't know this guy. Can't swim. Got stuff tomorrow. Didn't pack for this. Hate water. Hate not being in control. Hate being stuck somewhere you can't just walk away from. But what comes out is, where we going? Where we going? He smiles, not fake polite. Actually thinks your question's kind of funny. Just the corner of his mouth. Barely moves, but you catch it. Because the sunset's lighting up half his face. Shadow makes it show. Other side. That's it. Other side. Doesn't say why. Doesn't say what for. Doesn't say if you're coming back. Just points a direction. Waits. You hate this. Need details. Timeline. Backup plan. Need to know what happens if it goes wrong. If the weather turns. If the boat breaks. If you change your mind. Need control. But the dock under your feet feels wobbly now. Not actually wobbly. You're wobbly. Off balance. Been standing here too long. Thinking too hard. Body's tired. but brain won't shut up. You step back to steady yourself. Heel catches on. Uneven wood. Little creak. Then he moves. Straightens up. 2 steps. Stops between you and the boat. Just far enough you could reach him, but he doesn't reach. Just stands there. Turns sideways. Makes space. Number 4. Number 4. You can stay, he says. So quiet you almost miss it. Under the water sounds. But you hear, you can stay. Not should come. Not why not. Not you'll miss out. Not you'll regret it. Just you can stay gives you a real out. No guilt attached. Makes you want to go more. Don't know why. Maybe because he didn't push. Maybe because he's not disappointed. Maybe because you're just tired. Too tired to keep being the person who calculates everything. You lift your foot. Worst part. From dock to boat, there's this gap. Not huge. About this far. But water underneath. You can see sky reflecting in it. Can't tell up from down. Your leg tenses up. Ready to pull back. But you step anyway. Foot hits the rail. More solid than you thought. Not rock solid. Has that gentle up-down thing. Like breathing. Other foot still on the dock. You're stuck in the middle. Then his hand, not grabbing, just under your elbow, barely touching, but enough that you know if you fall, he's got you. You don't look at him. Eyes still down, but you feel him there, right there, just to the right, close enough, not too close. You bring the other foot over. When both feet are on the boat, your knees go a little soft. Not scared, relieved. You just made a decision without thinking it to death. World didn't end. His hand drops. Hear him walking back. You turn. See him untying ropes. Other people on the boat you didn't notice before. They're all busy. Nobody's looking. Young guy checking the sail. Moves like he's done it forever. Fingers through the ropes. Automatic. Older guy by the cabin door. Sorting something. Can't see what. Sounds like wood knocking. 2 guys up front, backs to you. One's pulling in nets. Other one's talking to him. Can't hear what. Nobody asks who you are, why you're here. They just keep working like you belong. Relaxes you a little. Also makes you more tense because you don't know what to do. You just stand there. Hands feel weird. Pockets. Too casual. Arms crossed. Too defensive. Just hanging. Too awkward. You grab a rope next to you. Pretend you're looking at something. You're not. Just need something to do with your hands. Boat starts moving. So slow you barely feel it. Just the dock. Sliding away. Water splits around the hull. Makes this quiet tearing sound. You watch everything get smaller, the stone steps, the posts, that half-dead tree, all of it shrinking, blurring, turning into into something you remember instead of something you're in. You grip the rope harder, not scared of falling, just realizing you can't take this back. Boat's already gone. Can't just say, actually never mind. Can't jump off and swim back. Can't hit pause. Only forward now. That panics you a little. Deep breaths. Try to slow your heart, but the air tastes wrong. Salty, wet, fish and tar mixed in. You don't like it. Too strange. Can't predict it. Taken. Too strange. You like dry air. Things you can smell coming. Everything where you expect it. But you're on the boat now. You glance at him, already done with the ropes, adjusting the sail, not rushing, but sure. Every pull, every tie, like he's done it 1,000 times. But you know he's not thinking about it, just knows. That knowing makes you jealous. Curious too. Want to ask, how do you know this'll work? How do you know which way the wind's going? How do you know we won't sink? But you don't, because he turns, looks at you, quick look, 2 seconds maybe, but enough to shut you up. His eyes are really brown in this light. So dark, you can barely see the pupils. Not cold dark though, deep dark, the kind that holds things, doesn't say anything, just nods toward the cabin, then walks to the back of the boat. You look where he nodded. Cabin doors open, dark inside, but you can make out shapes, crates, nets, folded cloth. You wait a second, then walk over. Decks moving under you, not crazy moving, just that gentle rock, up and down like a cradle, but you're not used to it. Every step you have to rebalance. Feel the wood with your feet. Try to guess which way it'll go next. Walking so slow, probably look ridiculous. Nobody laughs though. Finally get to the cabin. Look down, cleaner than you expected. No water pooling. Nothing. Scattered everywhere. Some sacks against the wall. Look like food. Little table in the middle. Oil lamp on it, not lit. You don't go in, just stand there. One hand on the door frame, looking out. Sun's completely down now. Sky's that color between blue and purple. Clouds are deep pink. Gold edges, really beautiful. Doesn't look real, hits you. When's the last time you looked at the sky like this? Not while walking, not through a window, not that quick glance up when you're rushing, actually standing still, doing nothing, just looking. Your shoulders drop a little. Maybe this wasn't a mistake. Maybe. Boat keeps going. Water's getting darker. Not black yet. You can still see the shore. Way out there. Little lights. That line where water meets sky. Perfectly straight. Like someone drew it. Your shadows stretched out long on the deck. Mixed up with the mast's shadow. Then his voice. back of the boat, talking to the fishermen, can't hear the words, but the tone calm, little bits of laughter, soft. You turn your head, see him sitting on the rail, one leg bent, arm resting on his knee, completely relaxed. Don't get it. How can he be that relaxed? On a boat, at night, going somewhere, and nobody knows what'll happen, but he just is. You look once more, then away, back to your feet. Water sounds underneath, steady like a heartbeat. Close your eyes, breathe, tell yourself it's fine. Everything's fine, not sure you believe it. The boat's been away from shore for a while now. You don't know how long. No watch, phone's got no signal. Just know the sky's gotten darker. Water changed from copper to that lead color, but still too quiet. Not the good kind of quiet, the kind where the air's too thick. You're still standing there, hand still on that rope. Rope's got splinters, digging into your palm, but you don't let go. Need to hold something. Boat's moving, but can't tell which direction. Water's like fabric. Bow cuts through, fabric splits, then closes back up. No waves, no swell, just that tearing and healing sound, muffled, wet. You look at him, still at the back, but not sitting anymore, standing, back to you, looking at the water, just looking, not searching for something, not checking the weather, just looking, hand resting on the rail, fingers tapping the wood edge sometimes. No rhythm, just tap, now and then. You want to go over, want to ask, is this normal? This quiet, this feeling, like the whole lake's holding its breath, but your feet don't move because you're not sure if you want the answer, or if you just want him to say, it's fine. You let go of the rope. Red mark on your palm, rope pattern pressed into skin. You rub it, trying to get blood flowing again, but fingers still feel numb. Walk a few steps. Testing. Deck under your feet. Wood's a bit damp. Not water. That lake moisture. The kind that seeps into the grain. Each step careful. Don't want to make too much noise. But wood creaks anyway. The others have gone quiet too. The guys who were busy before, they've stopped. Young guy leaning against the mast, rope still in his hand, but not moving. Old fisherman squatting by the cabin door, head tilted up a bit, like he's listening for something. The two at the bow, one sat down, the others still standing, but not talking anymore. Everyone's waiting for what? You don't know, but you can feel it. That before a storm feeling. Not an actual storm, but something's about to change. You walk up behind him. Stop. Distance. About 2 arms length. Not close. Not far. He doesn't turn. But you know, he knows you're there, because his shoulder shifts. Tiny adjustment, like making space for you to stand beside him and look at the water too. You don't step forward, just stand there, looking at his back, that robe he's wearing. Can't tell the color in this light. Maybe dark brown, maybe dark red, rough fabric. You can see the weave. Some parts worn shiny, some parts still have creases. Hems uneven, like something caught it, tore it a bit, then it got sewn back up. Not a great job though. His hair, blowing in the evening breeze. Gentle wind, but enough to lift the ends a little. Curly, not long, just reaches the back of his neck. You stare at his neck, don't know why you're staring there. Maybe because it's the only part that looks vulnerable. Skin, suntanned, but lighter here at the nape. Fine hairs, barely visible, trembling in the wind. You suddenly wonder, if a storm really comes, what'll he do? And Eddie, if you won, what'll he do? Will he be scared too? Will he also, like you, get sweaty palms, racing heart, brain calculating, escape routes? Water's very calm. He speaks, not loud, but you hear it clearly, because everything's so quiet. You don't respond, don't know what to say. Yeah, water's calm. He turns his head, looks at you, not turning around, just his head, sideways, eyes, watching you from the side. You don't like calm, not a question. Statement, you freeze. You start, but don't know how to continue. Do you not like calm? Seems like it. You like predictable, controllable. Calm's too vague. Don't know what's coming next. Not that I don't like it. You say, just what? You're not sure yourself. He looks back at the water. Just, you want to know what happens next. Yeah, that's it. You want to know what happens next. Want to know how long this calm will last. Want to know if you should do something. Want to know if something goes wrong. Are there life jackets? Want to know if he even has a plan. Are there life jackets? Soon as it's out, you regret it. Sounds too scared, too anxious. But he doesn't laugh, doesn't frown either, just nods. Yes, one word. You wait for him to continue. Say where, how to use them, when you'd need them. But he doesn't. He just turns around, faces you, leans back against the rail, hands behind him on the wood, head tilted slightly, looking at you. Lights dim now, but you can still see his face. Not that fake relaxed expression, not that look you've seen too many times, trying to comfort you, but actually uncertain too. He's just looking at you, like waiting for you to figure something out yourself. You think something's going to happen. Statement again. Your throat feels tight. I don't know, you say, but this feeling's not right. But what feeling? Too quiet. Water shouldn't be this flat. Wind's weird too. Comes in gusts. but no direction. After you say it, you find it strange yourself. When did you learn to notice these things? You're from the city. Don't know boats. Don't know water. Don't know weather. But you just know. Body knows. He nods. Right. One word. But that one word makes your heart skip. Right? He thinks something's off too? Then you wanna ask, then why are we still going? Why not turn back? Why not do something? But he cuts you off, not with words, with movement. He pushes off the rail, walks toward you, passes by, heading for the bow. You turn, watching his back. He walks to the mast. The young guy sees him, straightens up a bit. They exchange a few words you can't hear. Then he reaches up. Fingers slide along the fabric edge. Slow, like feeling for something. Then he looks up. At the sky, you look up too. Sky's not that blue-purple from before anymore. Now, it's deep blue, almost black, but not pure black. The kind that still holds a bit of light, like ink dropped in water, hasn't fully spread yet. Clouds, very low. You didn't notice before. Notice now. Clouds pressing down low, edges blurred, can't make out shapes, and they're not moving. Clouds should move, right? Pushed by wind, drifting slowly. But these clouds, just hanging there, like they're pinned. Your stomach starts tightening. He walks back, passes by you, stops for a second. It'll rain, he says, voice calm, like saying, we'll have dinner, we'll reach the other side, it'll get dark, it'll rain, then we keep going. He says it, keeps walking toward the stern. You stand there, watching his back. Keep going, rain's coming, and we keep going. You want to catch up, want to ask, why not go back? Still time now, boat hasn't gone that far. Turn around, maybe an hour, maybe less, but you don't move because you suddenly realize something. He's not unaware. It'll rain. He knows it'll rain, and still chooses to keep going. This makes you don't know if you should be scared or trust him. Wind picks up a bit. Small change, but you feel it blowing on your face, carrying moisture, sticking to your skin. Bit tacky. The sail moves. Before it was hanging loose. Now it's starting to fill a little. Boat's speed seems faster. You go back to the cabin entrance, not to hide inside. Just want to stand somewhere with support. Hand on the door frame, fingertips pressing into the wood gaps. Inside the cabin, very dark, oil lamp, still not lit. You look at those shapes inside, burlap sacks, wooden crates, fishing nets piled in the corner. If something really happens, are these useful? Sacks you can grab. Crates could be flotation. Nets could Could what? You don't know. You're just doing what you always do. Calculate. Prepare. Rehearse. Worst case. But this time, don't know why. These calculations make you more tired. Not body tired. That mental kind of tired. Tired enough that you think, maybe you could stop calculating. Maybe you could just wait and see what happens. You close your eyes, deep breath, salt smell in the airs, stronger now. Something else too, earth smell, wet earth. That smell before rain hits it. Water sounds still there, but different now. Before it was that tearing, healing sound. Now it's starting to have that slapping sound. Light slapping. Like someone using their palm, gently patting the hull. Rhythms starting, slow, but there. You open your eyes, look toward the stern. He's sitting again. Same position. One leg bent, arm resting on knee. 213 213, but this time, heads down, not looking at water, looking at his own hands. You can't see what he's doing. Maybe nothing, maybe just being there before the storm comes, before everything goes out of control, before all your plans become useless. Just there. Your fingers slowly release the door frame, not deliberately. Just they let go on their own. Wind picks up more. This time, you don't grab anything. Just stand. Feel the boat swaying. Feel the wind blowing. Feel time passing, but don't know how much time. Maybe don't need to know. Wind changed. You're standing at the cabin door. Hand just left the frame. Then wind came. Not gradual. Just sudden. Like something somewhere far away snapped. And that breaking traveled here. The sail shivered. Small shiver. But you saw it. Fabric was hanging loose before. Now, pulled tight a bit, then loose again, then tight, starting to have rhythm, not good rhythm. That irregular heartbeat kind. Your fingers want to grab the frame again, but you hold back, just stand there. At the mast, young guy lifts his head. He feels it too. Hand pressing on the rope. Not pulling, just pressing, like listening for something. Old fisherman stands up, not slow, but sudden, from squatting to standing. No transition between. He looks at the sky once. You look too. Clouds still there. Still low. Still black. But closer. Somehow, not actually closer. Feels closer. Like someone lowered the ceiling another notch. Your breathing goes shallow. Not on purpose. Body decides on its own. Wind comes again. This time, your hair moves, not floating up, just pushed. Wind from the left, pushes right, hair tips, brush your cheek, bit itchy. You don't fix it, just turn your head, look at him. He's still at the stern, but standing now. Don't know when he stood. You didn't see, but now he's standing. Well, one hand still on the rail, but posture changed. Before was casual, resting. Now is bracing, not hard bracing. Light, but you can tell he's using that hand to feel the boat's vibrations. His head tilts slightly, not looking at something, listening. You hold your breath, want to hear too, hear what he's hearing. Water sounds, same sound, tearing, healing, tearing, healing, but faster now, frequency increased, and distance, very far away, some sound, low, muffled, like something rolling, not thunder, not yet, but soon. Your calves start tensing, not you telling them to. They're getting ready to run on their own, but you don't move, because he hasn't moved. He just slowly puts his other hand on the rail too. Both hands there now, fingers slightly curved, following the wood's edge. You watch those hands. Don't know why you keep watching. Maybe because they look steady, not forced steady, just naturally steady, like no matter how the boat rocks, those hands will be there. Boat lurches, small lurch, but enough to make your foot slide sideways a bit. You adjust quick. Hand shoots out by itself, grabbing for something, catches the door frame, fingertips dig into wood, heart skips. You look at him, he didn't sway, not because he's gripping tight, because his body moved with the boat. Boat goes left, he goes left too, but slower, just a bit, so it looks like he didn't move. Boat goes right, he goes right, still, bit slower, like he's part of the boat. You're not, you're just someone standing on a boat, could fall off anytime. Wind picks up more, this time your clothes press against you, fabric pushing skin, then wind lifts it a bit, then presses back, uncomfortable, want to adjust but your hands still gripping the frame. Don't dare let go. He turns around, not toward you, toward the bow, back to you. Bottom of his robe lifts in the wind. You can see his feet, bare feet, not completely bare, those simple sandals, soles directly on the deck, wood's damp, bit slippery, but his toes spread slightly, like gripping the ground. You watch those feet, suddenly think, if it were you, you'd have slipped already, but he just stands there, like he's rooted. Old fisherman walks over, goes to his side, says something you can't hear. Wind covers all sound, but you see him nod. Then old fisherman walks back, passes you, looks at you, doesn't speak, just looks. Something in his eyes, not fear. That's seen this before, look. Seen this weather many times. Seen this wind many times. Seen him many times too. You want to stop the old man. Want to ask, should we go back? But words reach your mouth. You swallow them. Because you know the answer. Can't go back. Not because they don't want to. Because wind won't let them. You look at him again. He starts walking toward the bow. Steps still steady. One step. Another. Not fast. Not slow. Boat's rocking. But he's walking. Like on flat ground. You watch his back. Robes damp now. Not from rain. Moisture from the air. Seeping into fabric. Colors darker. He reaches the mast. Stops. Young guy watches him. Face looks tense. Hands still on the rope. But fingers trembling. You can see it. That tiny shaking. He reaches out, places hand on young guy's shoulder, just rests it there. No pat, no squeeze. Just there, palm through fabric. You can imagine that warmth going through cloth, reaching skin. Young guy takes a deep breath, obvious breath. Chest rises, then his fingers stop shaking. He drops his hand, turns, looks forward. You follow his gaze. Look too. Water's got ripples now, dense ripples, layered, no wave crests yet, but not flat anymore, like something underneath wants to come out. Your stomach tightens, not pain, that sinking feeling, like riding elevator. Sudden drop, you close your eyes, deep breath, once, twice, but air's wrong, too wet, too heavy. Breathing it in feels like breathing water, throat feels blocked. You open your eyes. He's walking back towards stern, passes you again. This time, he pauses. Just once, footstep hesitates. Half second, maybe less, but you feel it. He's looking at you, not turning his head. Peripheral vision. You want to say something. Don't know what. Mouth opens, closes. He keeps walking, back to stern, sits down again. Same spot, same position. One leg bent, arm resting on knee. But this time, he lowers his head, like he's about to sleep. You freeze. What? Sleep? Now? Wind's blowing. Boats rocking. Storms coming. He's going to sleep. Your feet move. Not meaning to. They just do. Walk forward. One step. Two steps. Boat lurches again. Body swings sideways. But you catch yourself. Hand braces against cabin wall. Nails scrape wood. Sharp sound. Keep walking. Decks getting wetter. Not rain. No rain yet. Fog. Water vapor. Condensing from air. Falling on wood. Thin layer. Your soles slip a bit. Each step careful. Ball of foot lands first. Then make sure it won't slip. Then shift weight. Slow, but you keep going. reach the stern, stand in front of him. He doesn't look up, eyes closed, not squeezed shut, just lightly closed, eyelashes long. In this light you can see them, one by one, breathing very even, not forced even. Real relaxed breathing, slow, deep, rhythmic. You stand there watching. Anger starts rising inside. Not big anger, that smoldering kind. How can he sleep right now? Everyone else tense, preparing. Just him, sitting there, eyes closed, like nothing's happening. Your fists clench, nails dig into palms. Hurts a bit. Hey, you call him, voice not loud, but hard. He doesn't react, breathing still, same rhythm. Hey, louder. His eyelashes flutter, tiny flutter, but still doesn't open eyes. Your anger grows, but at the same time, another feeling comes. Not anger. Cold. That climbing up your spine kind of cold. Because you suddenly realize he's not asleep. He chose to sleep before the storm. While you're all panicking, he chose to sleep. What does that mean? Does he not care? Or does he know something? You crouch down, slowly. Hand braces on the rail beside him. Close now. You can smell him. Not cologne. Not that deliberate smell. Sun-dried fabric, mixed with bit of wood smell, and very faint sweat. Not bad. That normal human smell. You stare at his face. This close, you see lots of details. Eyebrows, thick but not messy. Nose bridge straight. Nostrils flaring slightly with breath. Open, close, lips a bit dry. Thin crack on lower right lip. Chin has stubble. Not much. Few days growth. Cheeks slightly hollow. Not sickly hollow. Thin hollow, but not weak. That lean kind of thin. You watch him. Anger fades, slowly. Not because you're not mad anymore. Because another emotion covers the anger. Confusion. Deep confusion. You don't get it. Don't get how he can be like this. Don't get if he's really not scared. Don't get what he sees that you don't. First raindrop hits your hand. Cold, heavy drop. You look down. Water bead on skin. Very round, like a pearl. Then second drop lands on deck. Plop. Third drop lands on his knee. Fabric absorbs water. Color darkens in one spot. Fourth drop lands in your hair. Then not drops anymore. Many drops. At once, rain starts. You look up. Raindrops hitting your face. Can't keep eyes open wide. You squint. Look at him. Rain running down his forehead, past eyebrows. Water collecting on eyebrows. Building up. Then dripping. Landing on his eyelashes. Lashes wet now. Stuck together. His breathing changes slightly. Not faster. Just pauses. Like rain startled him. Then lashes tremble. Slowly, he opens them. Eyes open, He looks at you, not looking up, looking straight, because you're crouching. He's sitting, same height, eye to eye, rain still falling, hitting the air between you, landing on deck, making dense sound, his eyes very quiet, not that just woke up fog, awake, quiet, like he wasn't sleeping at all, just had eyes closed, waiting for you to come over. Your throat chokes up, all the words stuck there, angry words, accusing words, scared words, all stuck. He doesn't speak, just looks at you, rain running down his face, down to chin, then dripping on his hands, on his legs, on the deck. Between you, your eyes feel hot. Don't know why. Maybe rainwater got in your eyes. Maybe not. He reaches out, very slow movement. Hand leaves his knee, toward you, not to grab, to give. Palm up, some rain collected in the palm. Shallow, you look at that hand, don't understand. What's he doing? His lips move, voice, very soft, almost covered by rain, but you hear, hold on, 2 words, hold on, not don't be scared, not it's fine, not it'll pass, just hold on to me, your hands shaking from wrist to fingertips, all shaking, but you still reach out. Slowly, fingers touch his palm. Cold, rain-soaked skin is cold, but at the same time, something else is warm, not temperature warm. Something else, can't name it. You just put your hand in his palm, his fingers close, gently, holding, not gripping hard, cradling, like holding something breakable. You crouch there, hand held by him, rain falling on both of you, boat still rocking, wind still blowing, storm still coming. But this moment, your breathing slows a bit, heartbeat slows too, not because you're not scared, because you're not scared alone anymore. His hand holds yours for a long time, so long you're not sure if he forgot to let go, or if he never meant to let go at all. Rain's getting heavier, not a downpour yet, but not light anymore either. That constant, steady kind keeps coming, like someone tipped over a bucket up there, and it's just slowly pouring out. Won't stop. Your hair's completely soaked now, stuck to your scalp, stuck to your cheeks. Water drips down the ends, one drop at a time, landing on your shoulders, landing on your joined hands. His hair's wet too. Those curls pulled tighter now, plastered to his forehead, to his temples, water seeping from the roots, following the lines of his face down, pausing at his chin, then dropping. You watch those drops fall, one by one, like they have rhythm. Boat starts rocking harder, not side to side, front to back, that kind where the bow suddenly lifts, then slams down hard. Each time it slams, vibration travels up from the hull, through the planks, through your feet, up to your knees, up your spine. Your other hand braces on the deck. Fingertips dig into the gaps between boards. Water gets in your nail beds. Wood splinters too. But the hand he's holding, you don't pull away. Not because he's gripping tight. He's not gripping tight at all. You could pull away any time, just don't want to. Sounds from the bow. Someone shouting. Can't hear what, but the tone's urgent. Then, footsteps, heavy ones. Wood makes that dull thudding sound. You turn your head. Old fisherman and two others at the bow. Bent over, hands pulling ropes. Ropes pulled so tight you can see the fibers about to snap. Young guy at the mast. Both arms wrapped around it. Whole body leaning back, using his weight to pull. Everyone's moving, just him. Still, sitting there. Just him. Still, holding your hand. You look at him again. He's looking at you too. Hasn't looked away. Rain in his eyes, running down from his lashes. He doesn't blink, just lets it flow, lets it blur his vision. Still looking at you. You should go help. You say. Voice comes out hoarse. He shakes his head, so slight, you almost miss it. They can handle it, he says. Can handle it? You look at those guys at the bow. Look at their tense movements. Look at their faces. But they need to do something, he says. Doing something makes them feel like they still have control. When they doing something, you stop. Doing something makes them feel like they still have control. You get it. You've always been like that. Something happens. First instinct is do something, plan something, prepare something. As long as you're doing something, you won't panic as much. But now, you're not doing anything, just crouching here, hand held by him, watching rain fall, and you realize you're not panicking as much as before, still scared. Yeah, but that feeling of needing to do something, it's faded a bit. He lets go of your hand, sudden. No warning. Your palms empty all at once. That warmth gets taken away by rain, by wind, leaves wet, cold, and some discomfort. He stands. Movement steady. You try to stand too, but your legs fell asleep from crouching. Get halfway up. Body sways. Almost fall. His hand reaches out again. Catches your arm. Helps you balance. Then lets go. Turns. Walks toward the cabin. You follow. Don't know what he's doing. Just follow. And he goes into the cabin. Dark. Eyes need a few seconds to make out shapes. He crouches in the corner. Picks up something. Rolled up fishing net. Old one. Some parts torn. Loose threads hanging. Some parts have knots. Been patched, but not patched well. He gathers it up. Walks back out. You keep following. He goes to the stern. that spot where he was sitting before, puts the net down, spreads it out on the deck, folds the edges, bunches it into something about pillow-sized. Then he lies down, just lies down on the deck, head on that bundle of net, body on its side, one leg bent slightly, arm under his head, the net fibers, rough ones, pressing into his cheek. You can see those marks printing into his skin, his robe soaked through, fabric heavy now, clinging to his side. You can see the rise and fall of his ribs. He closes his eyes, chest starts rising and falling. Breathing slowly goes deeper, longer, more even. You stand there, watching, sleep, storm coming, boat rocking, rain falling, everyone fighting. He just lay down, rain hitting his face, hitting his eyelids, lashes flutter a few times, but don't open. Water collects on the lashes, getting heavier, then slides down his cheek, drips onto the net. His lips part slightly, not open, just relaxed. That amount mouths open when breathing. Breathing really slows down. You can hear it through the rain sounds, through the wind, through the boats creaking. You can hear his breathing, that deep kind, coming from the bottom of the lungs. He's asleep, actually asleep. You crouch next to him, close enough to see every raindrop on his face, every lash. You want to reach out, shake him awake, want to ask, how can you sleep right now? But your hand stops mid-air because you suddenly think, why can he sleep? Not how can you, but why can you? What makes it possible for him to lie down in this situation, close his eyes, actually fall asleep? You look at his face, that impossibly calm face. Not that he doesn't care. He knows something you can't see. Boat lurches hard. You lose balance. Whole body tips sideways. Hand slams on the deck to catch yourself. Palm hits water. Cold. Squeezes out through your fingers. You're breathing hard. Heart racing. Temples throbbing. Can feel blood pounding there. You look at him, still sleeping. Boat rocked that hard. Just now, that big of a jolt. He didn't wake. Breathing still same rhythm. Slow, steady. Your eyes sting. Throat tight too. You don't get it. Why can't you do this? Why do you have to stay wound up? Always calculating, always preparing. Why can't you be like him? Because you don't know who's steering. Voice appears suddenly. You jump, look up. Old fisherman standing next to you. He's looking at the sleeping man too. Something complicated in his eyes. Like respect, like confusion, like some kind of familiarity from seeing this many times before. What? You ask, voice still shaking. You're asking why he can sleep. Old fisherman says, because he knows who's steering. But You look around. Nobody's steering. You guys are controlling the boat. Old fisherman shakes his head. Corner of his mouth pulls into this faint smile. Not that helm, he says. Another one. Doesn't explain more. Turns. Walks back to the bow. Steps steady, even on the rocking boat. You kneel there. Watch his back disappear. Then look at the sleeping man again. Another helm. You don't get it, but you watch him. Just watch. Watch him in the rain, in the wind, on the swaying boat. So quiet, so relaxed. You slowly sit down next to him, not lying down, sitting back against the rail, legs straight, hands on your knees, soaked pants sticking to your calves. Every time the boat rocks, fabric rubs against skin, bit rough, bit cold. Your fingers on your knees, tapping without thinking, one tap at a time, back against the rail. Wood's hard. Every time the boat pitches, your back hits it. Can feel the grain of the wood. Digs in a bit. Rain still falling, hitting you, hitting him. Rain day, rain day, day, rain day, day. Wind still blowing. Your clothes stick to your body, then get pulled away, then stick again. Boat still rocking, but you just sit there. Watch him. Watch his chest. Rising, falling, rising, 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 rising. Watch his face. In the rain. So clean, you close your eyes too. Not to sleep. Can't sleep. Too tense. Every nerve on edge. But you close your eyes. Try to listen. Listen to rain. Listen to wind. Listen to water. Listen to boat creaking. Listen to ropes slapping. Listen to distant thunder getting closer. Listen to his breathing, that quietest sound. Your breathing starts following his, not on purpose, just happens. He breathes in. You breathe in. He breathes out. You breathe out. Slow. Very slow. Your shoulders drop a little, not fully relaxed. Can't be, but a little. Don't know how long you sit there. Maybe minutes. Maybe longer. Just know that when you open your eyes again, rain seems lighter, not stopped. Still falling, but not as dense as before. Sky too, not as dark, not brighter, just not as absolutely black. You look at him, still sleeping, but his breathing seems different somehow. Still even, still slow, but has that about to wake feeling. You wait. Don't call him. Don't touch him. Just wait. His lashes flutter. Then slowly, he opens them. Eyes open. Pupils still dilated. Need time to focus. He looks at the sky. Few seconds. Then turns his head. Looks at you. You look at each other. Don't know what to say. Mouth opens. Nothing comes out. He smiles. Faint corner of his mouth barely lifts. You're still here, he says. Voice raspy, that just woke up. Kind, you nod. Still here. Good, he says. Then he sits up. Not fast. Hand bracing the deck. Slowly pushes himself upright. Net pattern still pressed into his cheek. Red lines. Will take a while to fade. He looks forward. Toward the bow. Toward that grey expanse of water. Not over yet, he says. But we're halfway through. Send. One. Halfway through. You look forward. Can't tell. To you, wind still blowing, rain still falling, boat still rocking. Nothing's changed, but he says halfway, you choose to believe. He stands, reaches down, this time not that cradling hand. This time reaching down to pull you up. You grab his hand, palm warmer than you expected. He pulls. As he does, his wrist twists slightly, uses leverage. You stand. Legs still weak. Knees make a small popping sound. He doesn't let go right away. Waits till you're steady, then slowly releases. Come, he says. Want to show you something. Want to show you something. He walks toward the bow. You follow. This time you're not as scared. Feet still slip some, but you're starting to get the boat's rhythm. You reach the bow. Others still busy there, but movements seem less frantic than before. He walks to the very front, stands at the edge of the bow, looks ahead. You stand next to him. Look too, ahead. Still water, still grey water. Look there. He points. You follow his finger. At first, don't see anything, just grey, but slowly you see it very far away. At that line where water meets sky, a spot that's different, not grey, lighter grey, or maybe, possibly, a hint of very faint blue. That's the other shore, he says. Other shore. You stare at that spot of color. We'll get there, he says, voice soft, but certain. We will. You look at that color, then look at him. Rain still on his face, running down the lines, but his eyes, in this light, still bright. You nod. We'll get there, you repeat. Voice steadier than you expected. He smiles again. More obvious this time. We will, he says. So you can rest a bit now. Rest, but eye of the storm, he says. Always the calmest place. We're in the eye now. Doe. In the eye. Don't know if what he's saying is true, but you look at his eyes. Once again, you choose to believe. The calm doesn't last long, maybe 10 minutes. maybe less. Wind changes again, this time not from all directions. One direction, very clear, pushing from behind, pushing the boat too hard. You're standing at the bow, can feel the boat speeding up. Not the good kind of speed, the out of control kind. The sail's too tight. You can see it. Fabric stretched to its limit. The fibers trembling. Old fisherman shouts something toward the stern. Can't hear what, but you see him move. He stands up from the stern, walks over, steps still steady but faster than before. He goes to the mast, says something to the old fisherman. Then they start loosening the sail, so the wind won't catch all of it. The ropes keep fighting in their hands. You stand there watching them. Suddenly, feel like you should do something. Can't just stand here. Old fisherman turns his head, looks at you once, points to the middle of the boat. Water, he shouts. You look where he's pointing, only then notice the deck's flooding. Not rain. Rain's lighter now. It's waves coming over the rail. One wave, then another. You run over. Find a wooden bucket. Bend down. Dip the bucket in the water. Scoop it up. Water's heavier than you thought. You carry the bucket to the rail. Pour it out. Then turn around. Walk back. Bend down again. Scoop again. Once, twice, 3 times. Your back starts feeling it. Not pain, just that tight feeling from bending over and over. Arms getting heavy too. Each time you lift, the bucket takes more effort. You scoop, pour, walk back, scoop, pour, but the water doesn't seem less. You stop. Look at the deck where you just bailed out. There's water again. Another wave came in. Even more than before. You take a deep breath. Continue. Bend. Scoop. Walk. Pour. This time you walk faster, trying to bail more before the next wave. But your hands start slipping. The bucket handle's wet. Your palms are wet too. Can't grip well. You hold tighter. Wood digs into your palm. Hurts a bit. Scoop. Pour. Scoop. Pour. Your breathing gets quick. Not from effort. From realizing you can't finish this. Water keeps coming in, no matter how fast you bail. Can't beat the waves. Your movement starts slowing, not trying to slow. Body's slowing on its own. When you bend, have to pause before you can bend all the way. When you lift the bucket, arms shake before they can lift. When you walk to the rail, footsteps drag like walking through mud. You scoop another bucket, walk to the rail, pour it out, then turn around, about to walk back, but your feet don't move. You stand there, looking at the water on the deck, looking at that empty bucket in your hand. You suddenly don't know if you should keep going. Keep going. For what? Water won't get less. Waves won't stop. You alone, one bucket, can't change anything. Your hand slowly loosens. Bucket slips from your hand, falls on the deck. Not loud, just a soft thud. Then it rolls a bit, stops. You stand there, arms hanging at your sides, empty, wind blowing on your face, wet, cold, tar. Your legs feel weak, want to sit, but also feel like you shouldn't. Should keep doing something, but what? You don't know. You just stand, looking at that bucket, looking at the water on the deck, looking at everything, looking at nothing. Stop. Voice next to you. You turn your head. He's standing there. Don't know when he came over. You look at him. Mouth moves. Want to say something, but can't. He doesn't speak. Just walks over. Walks to that bucket. Bends down. Picks it up. Sets it aside. Then he stops in front of you. You already tried, he says. Tried. You hear those words. Throat suddenly catches, but your voice, very small, very hoarse. Water's still there. I know, he says, his eyes looking at you. No disappointment, no blame, just looking. I didn't do anything, you say. Voice even smaller. You did, he says. You tried. You tried. You shake your head. Eyes sting a bit, but not crying, just stinging. Trying didn't help, you say. He doesn't argue. Doesn't say, no, it did. He just nods. A lot of times that's true, he says. You try and still can't change things. You look at him. Don't understand why he's saying this. Why he's admitting you're right, but you still have to try, he says. Why? Want to ask but can't. Because you're scared of the answer. He seems to see what you're thinking. He takes a step forward, stands closer. Because when you're trying, you're still alive, still moving, he says. Still here, still here. You one place time. My process, still here. Your legs finally give out. Can't hold up anymore. Whole body slowly slides down. Sitting on the deck, water reaches your waist. Ice cold, soaking through your pants, soaking into skin. You can feel that cold seeping in bit by bit. You pull your knees up, bury your head on your knees. I'm tired, you say. Voice muffled, coming from behind your knees. No one answers, but you hear water sounds. Someone sitting down. You lift your head. See him sitting next to you now. Also sitting in the water. Water surges up over the edge of his robe. Fabric absorbs it. Color darkens. Sticks to his legs. He doesn't speak. just sits between you, a bit of space, not far. You can see his profile clearly, see the water drops on his face, sliding down the lines, his shoulder roughly level with yours. You can feel there's a person there, breathing, very quiet breathing. You don't talk either, just look ahead. Look at that gray expanse of water. Look at the boat rising and falling on it. Time passes. How long? You don't know. Maybe a while, maybe not. I don't know what to do, you say. Voice suddenly comes out. You didn't expect to say it. I know, he says. Those words again, I know. Not, you should do this or that. Not, it's actually simple. Just, I know. Your nose tingles. I keep trying to control things, you say, but can't control anything. Right, he says. A lot of things you can't control. He says it so calmly, like stating a fact, not accusing, not comforting, just stating. Wind, you can't control, he says. Waves, either. Each sentence like taking something away, taking away those things you've been holding, those things you thought you could hold, but at the same time, feels like something's loosening, that thing that's been gripping you tight. Then he turns his head, looks at you, then his hand reaches over, gently rests on top of your head, not patting, not stroking, just resting there, has weight but not heavy, warm, through your hair, through your scalp. You can feel it. You don't have to control everything, he says, voice soft, close. You just need to hold on to what won't change. What won't change? What won't change? You ask. Voice, also soft. His hand still on your head. You can feel his fingers move slightly, like checking. You're still there. I won't change. He says, I'm here. I'm here. I'm here. You look at him. Eyes sting again. This time one drop falls down your cheek, mixing with rain. How do you know? You ask. How do you know? You won't. Also, because I know who's holding me, he says. You don't get it, but you look at his eyes. Those eyes that in this light are still clear. Your hand slowly reaches out, grabs his sleeve. Fabric's wet, rough, but real. It's there. Can I hold on to you? You ask. Yes, he says. Keep holding on. Keep holding on. Keep holding. You grip tighter, fingertips pressing into the fabric's weave. His hand still on your head. Doesn't move away. Boat still rocking. Water still there. But this moment, you don't want to pick up that bucket again. Don't want to do anything else. Just sit. Hold on to him. Breathe. Wait. You don't know how long you've been sitting. Maybe a while, maybe not. His hand's been on your head the whole time, hasn't moved. Water's still on the deck, but not rising anymore. Just stays there, at waist level, cold, but you're getting used to it. Boat still rocking. Your body moves with it, not fighting anymore, just going with it. You're holding his sleeve. Fabric's wet, but you can feel underneath his arm's warmth. Then you hear it, thunder, very far, very low, like something rolling in the distance. Not the striking down kind, the rumbling kind. From way over there, on the horizon, you lift your head, look out. Sky's still black, but that black seems to be moving, churning, like something's inside the clouds, moving around. Thunder, you say, voice small. Yeah, he says, still far away. He, still far, but getting closer. You can feel it, because the next one's a bit nearer, not suddenly near. Slowly, bit by bit, coming this way. Your hand grips his sleeve tighter without meaning to. Will it come here? You ask. Yes, he says. It'll pass through, not stop here. Pass through. You nod, but your heartbeat picks up a little, not racing, just a bit faster than before. Thunder comes again, closer this time. You can tell that low frequency vibration, not just in your ears, in your chest too. You can feel it. Your breathing stops for a second. His hand on your head moves slightly. Fingers against your hair, slides across. Very light movement. I'm here, he says, voice soft. But you hear it clearly. I'm here. Your breathing starts again, slowly. Breathe in, breathe out. Thunder keeps approaching, each one closer than the last. You start counting the intervals between them, first to second, maybe 10 seconds, second to third, maybe 8, third to fourth, maybe 5. Getting closer, your heartbeat follows, getting faster, not wanting to, just does on its own. Thump, 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 thump. You can hear it in your ears, in your throat, that sound of blood moving. Will it stop? You ask. Voice a bit tight. Yes, he says. It'll pass over, then leave. We'll leave. You want to believe, but thunder's already very close now. So close, you feel like it's right above, in those heavy black clouds. Next one comes, this time really overhead, not striking down, rolling over, like something very heavy slowly rolling through the clouds, rolling over the boat. Sounds so low, so deep, pressing on your chest, making it hard to breathe. Your hand grips tighter, fingertips almost digging into his sleeve. I'm scared, you say. voice tiny, almost just in your throat. I know, he says. His other hand reaches over, covers your hand that's gripping his sleeve. His hand's bigger than yours, wraps around yours completely, warmer than yours. You look at his hand, look at those knuckles, lines on the back of his hand, and some faint scars. Don't know where they came from. Thunder rolls over again, this time with light, not bright light. That kind that flashes inside the clouds, lights them up from within for a moment, then dark again. You see in that instant his face lit by that light, then back in shadow, but his eyes, you saw them in that moment, looking at you, always looking at you. You've been watching me, you say. Not a question, statement. Yeah, he says. Why? Want to ask. But don't. Just look at him. Look at his eyes. In this dim light, still clear, thunder keeps coming, one after another, rolling overhead, but your heartbeat doesn't seem as fast as before. Still fast, but not as chaotic, because you realize you're listening to two rhythms. One is thunder, one is his breathing. Thunder's irregular, near, then far, loud, then soft, but his breathing's regular, steady, slow. Your breathing starts following his, without realizing, not trying to, just naturally does. He breathes in, you breathe in, he breathes out, you breathe out. Slow, very slow, much slower than thunder. Your heartbeat starts slowing too, bit by bit, slowing, moving toward his rhythm. I keep thinking about what if, you say. Voice suddenly comes out. You didn't expect to say it. He doesn't speak, just looks at you, waiting for you to continue thinking. What if something happens? What if the boat flips? What if? You pause. Throat catches. What if you're not there anymore? Soon as you say it, your eyes sting, not a lot. Just that about to cry feeling, but don't cry. Just the sting. Are you tired? He asks. You nod. Tired. Thinking about what if is tiring, he says. Yes, very tiring. Ever thought about not thinking? He asks. Thought about it, but don't dare. You cannot think. He says. You can let someone else watch for you. Knew that. Let someone else watch for you. Who? You ask. I. You. I. He doesn't answer directly, just looks at you. Something very deep in his eyes. The one holding me, he says. Also holding you. Oh, holding me. Don't quite understand. But you look at him, look at his eyes. You think maybe you cannot understand for now. You Will you always be here? You ask. Voice, like a child's. I will, he says. Always, always. Thunder starts moving away, not suddenly, slowly, bit by bit, going another direction. You look up at the sky, still black, but that pressing feeling seems lighter. Is it leaving? You ask. Leaving, he says. Slowly, leaving. You nod. You sit a while longer, not talking, just sitting. Listen to thunder getting farther, getting quieter, finally becomes very faint, rumbling, very far away. Your hand still holding his sleeve, but not as tight. Not that you don't want to hold, just don't need to grip so hard, because you know he's there, won't leave. Can I lean on you? He doesn't speak, just his shoulder moves closer to you a bit. Your head slowly tilts over, rests on his shoulder. His shoulder's wet, robe soaked through, sticking to skin, bit cold, but underneath there's warmth coming through. You close your eyes. Thunder's very far now, almost can't hear it. Just rain sounds, water sounds, boat sounds, and his breathing right by your ear, very close. Can hear it very clearly. Breathe in, pause, breathe out, pause, has rhythm, like waves. Your breathing follows that rhythm. Slowly breathe in, slowly breathe out. Your body relaxes, bit by bit, letting go. Not that you're not scared, still scared, but not scared alone anymore. Thank you, you say, voice so soft, like about to fall asleep. Don't need to thank me, he says, his hand still on your head, gently resting there, has weight, but not heavy. Just there, you sit there, sitting in water, leaning, not talking. Time passes. How long? You don't know. Just know thunder's really gone. Far. Can't hear it. Just the calm rain. And his breathing, and your breathing, together with his.